Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the extremely long intro for Pod Shop of Life. I just had to do it. I am your host, Brad BCG, as always. I have my co-host, Tammy B48, my producer, Baby Kangaroo, is in the house, and we also have a guest host. Brad has decided to come back again from Brad's Journey. How's everybody doing today?
Yeah, I'm confused. I thought I was waiting for the disco ball and the neon things to come out.
Oh, did you want me to?
I guess. That's what I thought was happening with that intro. I'm like, boy, are we in a club now?
I mean, yeah, it's good shit, huh?
We'll be passing out glow sticks later.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want my glow stick and all that stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I've been doing a lot of stuff. Been working on some music. All right, guys. So today's, I don't know why I have an echo in here now all of a sudden. So today's topic is going to be natural disaster preparedness, and we're going to focus on hurricanes because hurricane season is coming up. And does anybody in the group know when hurricane season is?
June 1st.
Till?
November 30th.
Hey, I was expecting Baby Kangaroo to answer that, but good job, babe.
You're welcome.
Proud that you actually remember that.
Unmuted.
I live in Hurricane Alley, so I have to know when hurricane
You only lived in
season is.
Hurricane Alley for the last 20-something years.
Yeah. Pretty much my entire adult life.
Yeah,
It's easy for me. I just haven't lived in Hurricane Alley for 3 years of
all your life.
59 years.
All your life. Yeah, I was about the same too then, huh? So whatever
Your
2
whole
years I
life.
was in
Virginia.
yeah.
And they get hurricanes there.
Occasionally, yeah. We actually had one when we lived there.
Oh yeah, we did, didn't we? So yeah, I guess I kind of been in the shit my whole life. So it is what it is. So what does hurricane preparedness mean to y'all?
It means get your shit together.
Means when the news says there's a hurricane coming, get the fuck out of town?
If it's a big one, yeah.
Most of the time I'd say if it's anyone, just get the fuck out of town.
Why? Why would you run?
Well, I mean, that's the safest thing.
I don't know. I've never ran from a hurricane.
Oh, I barely ran from one or two myself, but it's the Mr. Miyagi thing. You know how to best avoid a punch is don't be there.
Yeah, that's true.
Remember the thing when it swung at him, he just got out of the way.
Yeah,
Best thing for a hurricane too.
that's weak.
Hurricane preparation is a handle of Kettle One and ginger ale.
It's too much sugar in ginger ale.
Not if you get the sugar-free ginger ale.
I'll go with sugar-free fruit punch.
Okay, whatever,
Yeah, whatever floats your boat, huh?
Whatever you want to mix with vodka, even if it's just ice.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. And a little lime.
A little splash of water. That's hurricane preparedness for us. Case of beer, good to go. I've actually done that before.
I mean, the house I'm in survived Katrina, so.
Yeah, then I think you're good because that was right up the butt.
And it didn't have any water in it.
Almost did.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
so you live where?
I live here in Slidell. Well, I live in Slidell.
So how bad was Katrina for here when it came through for you?
I was not in the house. The lady I bought the house from, she and her husband were building it at the time. As I understand it, Slidell actually didn't get hit that bad because the center crossed over Pearlington, Mississippi. Yeah, there is an echo in here today. For some reason.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
So since it was on the west side of the I, Slidell didn't get hammered all that bad. But what it did get is storm surge, a whole shitload of storm surge.
That's better.
My house sits 9 feet off the slab. About, I don't know, Brad, how far is that? How far is my slab above the water in the bayou behind my house? Another 4 feet.
Probably.
So, and there was a foot of clearance from where the water was under my house.
Oh wow, yeah, that's crazy.
It was when they told me that, I'm like, okay, yeah, I like the house, I like the location. Think I'll buy this one.
Oh,
You're
It was-
tinkering with stuff and you cut off.
Try now.
try now.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so I remember.
He's trying to get rid of the echo.
I think
Yeah,
it was
he's over there messing with stuff.
I had his gain up too much.
Yeah, I told you to turn it down a little bit, but you ain't want to listen. You hard headed.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Brad, hard-headed shocker.
so yeah, over in West Mobile when Katrina came through, I was sitting in my living room as the worst of the storm came through, and I was just looking out my front window, and we got, because I had a generator outside my house plugged up, but I didn't lose power until pretty good until after the storm came through. But I was getting the local like broadcast feed from the airport, so I was getting like the data and everything as it was coming through. And we got at the airport, which was at the time in the house I lived in then, it was only about 2 miles away from the airport, and we were getting 100-mile-an-hour gusts.
I can easily believe that.
Yeah.
Easily believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all were on the bad side of the storm.
Right. Yeah.
And you were only 65 miles from where the eye made landfall
And Katrina, the width of Katrina was like, what, 50-something miles wide?
for the eye
It was
itself.
pretty. Yeah, it was a big
big.
storm. Like if you look, it's cool to go back and like look at the footage of a lot of these hurricanes, because that's the thing I think that does people in that move from up north, because a lot of the people that do reside down here are from the up north anyway, so they're not used to the storms, which is why I guess this is a good topic to talk about, because a lot of people don't know how bad these storms can get. But I don't remember the name exactly of this particular storm, but I went back in historical data, and there was one storm that at one time at least the clouds from the visible satellite image, it was almost as big as a Gulf.
Oh, yeah. Like the whole thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's something that put it in context, because like
Yeah,
when
sure.
storms come to like around Mobile, around that area, like you still get the effects, from like New Orleans to like Apalachicola.
Yeah.
It's a big
It affects
swell.
like the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
Gulf Coast.
The whole
Yeah,
Gulf
anything
Coast,
that
yeah.
hits the Gulf doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Somehow affects everybody on the Gulf, yeah.
Everybody's fucked. From Texas to Florida, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah, 100%.
And people. So I mean, being prepared for this type of stuff, because at the end of the day, it is that it's a municipal disruption, and that affects your ability to travel, your ability to go out and get resources, and also power and stuff like that. So
Yeah. I mean, I understand Katrina hitting New Orleans. Well, I guess I'm just going to go with Katrina hitting New Orleans, because it was the floods that really did them in, and the levees breaking. But there are factors that come into that why people don't leave. It's like, I can't afford to leave.
Yeah.
And I get that to some extent, but I don't have the money to leave. If you don't find the money to leave, you're really just juggling with life and death.
Well, it's almost like,
you definitely can't make money if you're dead to do anything. So you really got to come up with something. And I know that's hard to say, and I'm coming from probably a little bit more privileged position to where I could afford to leave.
well, I don't think it's that, because at the same time, the people that whine about they can't do this, can't do that, they got iPhones and all this kind of stuff. So to me,
Well, that's the reason I said you got to find a way to get
yeah,
out.
and the only people that I will give grace to in that scenario are people that were in like care facilities.
Oh, yeah.
Those are and at the end of the day, they were getting buses for those places, or at least for the majority of them.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I don't really give grace to people that don't
Walking
leave.
around with iPhones and can't. Yeah, that's a really good
I
point.
I don't show them no compassion at all, and that might be heartless, but it is what it is, because at the end of the day, like your buddy over here was saying, Joey. Sorry, I'm bad with names, but
It's all good.
But
You may put a name tag on him.
but oh man, I just completely forgot what I was going to say now.
I was saying
At the end
something
of
that
the
you were
day.
responding to that.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, don't help me. that did not help me at all. That didn't help me at
You'll
all.
be driving home later on and go,
I know,
shit.
I know. As soon as I get in the car and I'm pulling out the driveway, like, oh, that's what I was going to say. But yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those weird phenomenons that happen.
You're
with people.
talking about people in care facilities, like, I mean, I'm sure everybody here knows about the
That
Memorial
hospital.
Hospital,
Yeah.
Baptist Memorial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Movie or TV show? Is
It's been both,
Both.
I
it's a
think.
TV show. It's a book and a TV show.
Yeah.
that what it was? Okay.
Yeah. It's a book and a TV show. Apple TV, I think. And I look at stuff like that. Here- Another perfect example too is that was all driven by the governor of Louisiana and the mayor of New Orleans not
Being
giving
prepared.
people proper warning, saying you need to get out of the city.
Yeah. They didn't give him enough time to get out.
And I think about all these people that went into the Superdome, because supposedly that was like the safe point, and all the crap that went on in there, even though nobody died, even though people try to say somebody died. And then you look at those photos of the 200 school buses or whatever it was that
Just
all
parked
flooded
on the
out.
side.
They could have just said, hey, you're driving a bus, get 60 people onto there, go to Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Then nobody would have been in the Superdome.
Yeah.
But because elected officials don't want to tell people the truth, or they're just idiots. I happen to think Elaine Blanco and Ray Nagin were both idiots. So they didn't perceive that there was a real danger coming, or they didn't want to tell people there was a real danger coming.
Okay, well then how about this? Anytime the government says we're here to help, run. Because you're talking about the elected officials and shit like that. I'm going to go back to why I wanted to do this in the first place is because you should never rely on the government because they are not going to fix anything.
It's like when
You need to
it's
be
like
able to
when-
rely on yourself.
It's like when a big black vehicle shows up with tinted windows and says, "I'm taking you to a safe place." No, you're not.
No, but yeah, no, you're not. I'm never coming back.
Well, even FEMA says you should be equipped to survive for 72 hours on your own.
Yeah, but nobody does that.
I know that.
And it's easy. Okay, so, let's talk. Let's shift over to actual this. Okay, water's going to be your number one priority, or water should be. Because that's going to be what you got to have the most of. And once a flood comes in, like hurricanes like that, you don't really want to drink the water, which is why people say fill your tubs so you have a source of water.
Yeah.
Bottled water is going to be best. You can get rain barrels for the backyard for washing dishes or taking showers and stuff like that. But you need to have bottled water or some kind of container because you could buy a 55-gallon drum, fill it up with fresh water, filtered fresh water, and stick it over in the corner somewhere. Not that anybody's going to do that, except me maybe, because I already have the containers.
Well, when
but
I
I mean-
lived in South Florida, we kept every hurricane season, we would buy 10 flats of water just for hurricane.
Yeah, see, there you go. Water, rice and beans. I mean, you can survive on rice and beans.
Long time.
Long time.
Yeah, but I think the thing that is missing out of this conversation is the psychology aspect. The average walking around person, or let's frame it in this context. Why don't people prepare? Like you just said, FEMA actually, you go to FEMA's website, they tell you, hey, you need to at least be, self-sustaining for 72 hours. Nobody does that. But the question here, when you get into preparedness, and this is what I've had multiple conversations with people with, is why? Why don't people prepare? Because if you go down
Complacent.
the rabbit hole of preparation, that makes you then look inward more than maybe people want to, I guess. I did actually read something about psychology behind this, and it seemed to me, I mean, I don't, obviously fit into that category because I am nuts. So I'm going to do I'm going to go over the top anyway. So it doesn't apply to me, but for the average walking around person, there's a lot of points here that can be very valid. Like number one, outside of, oh, hey, just go get some rice, beans, and water. Well, what is your particular situation? First off, people don't even know that. Like, hey, does the water in your facility, wherever you live, house, apartment, does it come from a municipal water source? Is it a well? Where is your stuff coming from? Most people don't even know that to even begin to figure out, to assess what their situation even is to begin with. So to build on preparedness is you have to know where your deficiencies even are to begin with. So if you don't even know that, if you don't even know the landscape of, hey, like I've seen people do exercises where they just go to, the side of their house and they just shut the main breaker off. Go in there. Okay, now what are we going to do?
Yeah.
Now, okay, the power's out. There's no power. Now what are we going to do? And, for me, getting people to understand preparedness is so paramount in the fact of it's about self-preservation. Like you just said, Tammy, you can't wait on somebody else to come save you.
Yeah.
Because whenever something happens, like what we were talking about with these storms being so big, dude, there is such a huge area affected. there's only so many first responders. There's only so many emergency,
Well,
people.
and when the storm is actually hitting, you're not going to get a first responder.
Correct.
Yeah,
because everything is
you're on your own,
waiting out.
literally on your own. If something happens to you,
Yeah.
you have to figure it out. There's
Right.
not going to be anyone that's going to come save you.
And that's funny that you even bring that up because of my personal experience whenever I was at Sector Mobile and the hurricane was less than 24 hours away and the guy decided to take his boat across a body of water.
Really?
And he called out to the Coast Guard. He's like, Coast Guard, I'm broke down. And we were
Oh
like,
my God.
I was talking to the
You're
guy
on your own.
pretty much. And the guy got pissed off and he was just like, y'all aren't going to come save me? Well, fuck you then. And he was just cussing out the Coast Guard. And like, I was like, sir, we've been broadcasting for days. A hurricane's coming. Coast Guard is pulling their boats inland.
Yeah.
And we will not respond.
Right.
Don't be on the water. We've been doing that for 3 or 4 days.
Right.
And they're just like, I just needed to get the boat over there. Can't do anything for you.
We should have done it a week
You
ago.
should have done it before the
Right.
storm.
Yeah.
Right.
I was just like,
In the middle of it.
yeah, it's less than 24 hours and he's out there.
But that right there is a very good example.
We had one in New Orleans, didn't we?
Dude,
we
have stupid people who do shit like that all the time.
The guy
Yeah,
guy went out to get his crab traps.
Oh,
and he
yeah.
and he capsized and they had
my
to swim
God.
and they had excuse me, yeah, he went to grab his crab traps, boat capsized, they swam to land and like Marine police or somebody came and got him.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was dumb
well,
dumb as shit
we
ever.
don't have to run SAR cases on smart people. It's rare that we do.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like you guys, everything that y'all have seen, is different, a different perspective than I have, obviously. But the one thing that is a universal truth that I know, people taken as a whole are dumb. And they're going to do exactly what you tell them to do. You just prepared. They're going to do the polar opposite. It's just to me like the thing that I never understood is after storms, after a hurricane come through, because I've lived on the Gulf Coast my entire life.
Yeah.
So I've seen just a myriad of storms come through. And I always do what you're supposed to do. Like when, hey, this storm is, coming off the coast of Africa, it's building up, hits the Caribbean. Hey, it's going to duck, south of Florida. So, hey, we know it's going to get in the Gulf.
Yeah.
So there's a pretty good chance that, it could come to where I'm at. So I go ahead and start at that point. I start kind of going through my stuff, saying, okay, well, where am I deficient? What do I maybe need to get in case the storm does kind of track to hit me?
Yep.
And, so I have tons of gas, all my vehicles fueled up, all that stuff. So when the storm does come, it never ceases to amaze me is that you hear on the news of people, don't get out in your car. Because I'm the butthole that gets out in their car, because I'm, looking for trees that are down and stuff and all that kind of stuff. And, but it never ceases to amaze me that like gas stations are clearly saying, hey, we're out of gas and there's a line of people trying to get gas.
Yeah.
And they run out of gas.
Or they're out of power and they got gas and they can't pump it.
Yeah, right.
Florida passed legislation that said, I don't know how they decided, like certain gas stations had to have generators.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Because they said, well, it's ridiculous that we have gasoline. We have no way to get gasoline out of the tanks. So it has something to do with like the amount of volume that they did every year or something. They said, if you do this volume of sales and gasoline, you have to have a generator.
Well, I know for the longest time, and I could be wrong, but this is just something that I heard, is that a lot of, like, for a long, long time, like all of the big, like, Loves and Joys and stuff, they have to have backup generators.
Jeez. Now,
that could be true. That could not, that totally cannot be true, but that's just what I heard because, for shipping to resume and for, emergency guys, because when what was that? Oh man, I'm so bad with names, but that storm that came through that went right there by 10 and it hit like right there by 10 and 75 in Florida. It messed up a lot of stuff, but they had a bunch of
Michael.
I don't know. Could be. Sounds about right. Maybe. Probably not.
All the hurricanes blend in my head.
But either way, because the only reason why I say that is because we were going to Florida. We were going down to Orlando like a week after that storm. Yeah, and I was curious to know, okay, well, is the gas station is going to be messed up or whatever. And, because they constantly had utilities going down there, from other states.
Yeah.
People clearing the interstates of the trees and stuff and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, well, these guys got to get fuel. So some of the trucking depots, they use the trucking depots because they have big parking lots and stuff. They use them as staging areas for them. And they had generators to provide them with fuel, so.
That was, I think you're talking about Hurricane Michael. It was 2018. It made landfall at Mexico Beach or right around there in the armpit.
Yeah,
of
right,
Florida.
right. Yeah.
And it fucked up that part of Florida.
Yeah, because going up right there, all that is swamp. So
all swamp.
It came through and it did a lot of damage. Yeah.
I think it's funny that I don't know why I need some water or something. I think it's funny that Florida had to come up with some legislation to make people have to have generators. When if I had a company in Florida, I would want to have generators because I know I'm going to do a lot of sales right then.
Yeah, depending on what you got.
Well,
Yeah,
you know what's
so, I mean,
funny about that though?
That's
There
just
was
ridiculous. You got to
down-
have laws for that.
not far from the district in South Florida, there was a gas station that had a generator, and people would come in and want to get gasoline, and they're like, "Nope, we're only giving gasoline to cops, first responders. That's it."
Yeah.
And so we could go in because we were still working.
Yeah.
They would give us gasoline. We just had to show them our ID cards, and they'd go, "Yep, you can get gas."
Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
I had my truck at the time, and
Oh, Jesus Christ.
so
40 gallons.
Yeah.
well, I mean, I still have my truck, but
But the problem with what you're saying, Brad, is that you can't legislate common sense
Yeah,
because people are still not going.
I know. That's why I
mean,
just
it's
hate
just-
the idea that what I say earlier. The government says I'm here to fix something.
Yeah.
That's just you should have.
Yeah.
You're in Florida. You're
you
a
can't
hurricane.
fix stupid.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but you don't need legislation to force people or companies to do something like that.
Yeah, but I mean,
should
you
just be
really,
like-
you really got to start printing warning labels on generators. Hey, don't run these inside your house. I mean, come on, really?
Yeah. Make sure
Yeah.
engine is off before installing
Yeah.
belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's yeah.
I keep seeing all that stuff on the internet where it's like this is how we used to parent back in the day, and it shows the little kid with a fork at the outlet, and the mom runs over to stop him. And the dad goes, No.
No. Just let's see
wait.
how this play out. Yeah,
Let's just
Yeah,
watch.
let's just see.
Won't do that again, will you? Like, I mean,
yeah.
goddamn right, I won't ever do it again.
We learn a lot more from our mistakes than we do from our
Well, yeah,
successes.
but the problem is that all these people have cell phones, so they all by nature of having cell phones, they all have internet connections.
Oh, absolutely.
So you have access to literally a treasure trove of information that takes you literally just a second.
Yeah, but
to look up.
but I mean, how
until all the cell towers lose power, and then you don't have shit.
it doesn't take much to really. What do we say? 72 hours? Wasn't that what FEMA says?
That's what
3
FEMA
days.
says. Yeah, 72 hours.
It's not hard to get. What do you say? 4 or 5 pallets of fucking water.
Yeah,
I mean, just get
One-
like
you don't even need-
every
yeah,
every time you
beans
go
and
to the
rice.
grocery store,
a gallon
get
per
case
person
of-
per day.
Get a case
Yeah.
of water.
And it's not hard. I mean, and water's cheap now.
Yeah.
You can get a fucking case of water for like,
For like
$4.
Yeah.
So it's not
I mean,
like
we
that's
used to-
expensive. Big bag of rice is cheap. Big bag of beans is cheap.
Yeah.
You're not
We
going to
would fill
enjoy it
both
and
our
like
tubs.
have fun.
Just for like flushing toilets and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm saying it's not in the Gulf Coast. It's not that fucking hard to have 3 days worth of shit.
Nope.
You're not going to eat well. You're not going to be happy about what you're fucking eating. But
Hey, I like beans and rice.
with some good seasoning.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not steak and salad and asparagus and baked potatoes and snooty
You
shit.
just have to. Well, you also have to think though. Do
Oh,
you have a
dude,
way
ham
to?
hocks is tasty with beans.
Do you have a way to cook the beans and rice? Which when you don't have power, if you have
Little
an
bit of
electric,
gas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my next. That was going to be.
No,
my
I was.
next
Yeah,
thing.
we were all going to go down that route. You need some. But propane tanks, $25. So for under $100, you can feed a family of 4 for 3 days.
if you have a grill,
Yeah, even better. Don't even.
Yeah,
need,
and
don't
well,
even need
that's
gas.
that's the thing. Yeah, you don't even need. The thing to really sustain yourself. It doesn't cost a lot of money.
Under $100.
Yeah,
All
I mean,
day.
you
And I'm talking
could-
about a family of 4.
Yeah, if you were really adamant about like, hey, I'm really going to take care of myself, and actually throw a little bit of cash at it, yeah, you can live well. Like, hey, when Katrina came through, and the way I had another truck with a generator in the bed, pulled up next to my house with 5 gas cans in it. And I was ready. So I'd already knocked. Now I'm not saying anybody should do this. Just don't do don't do this. But I was ready. I knocked my meter off. I wired my generator directly into my house, and I ran I ran a lot of my stuff. So yeah, I was that asshole that when everybody on my neighborhood's out of power and everybody's walking around just looking at the damage, yeah, I'm in there cooking the steak. So because I was ready. Everybody else is running around saying, "Oh man, we're gonna go up here to the gas station because they're giving out, cases of water and MREs." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, you can have that shit. Get you some of that MRE constipation."
Yeah, I got a refrigerator full of stuff.
Yeah, I had tons of food. I was in there playing my Xbox. I'm good.
I'm only gonna bring this up because I absolutely hate HOAs. But have you seen some of the stuff where HOAs were complaining about the noise level of generators
during storms?
Yeah,
Like after the storm, yeah.
they were saying your generator makes too much sound, and I've even seen.
I try to be a little PG, but I could tell you what I would tell them.
I even saw one where the HOA told a house adjacent to the neighborhood that wasn't part of the neighborhood,
Not part of the HOA.
not part of the HOA. Could you do something about your generator noise?
I have a paintball gun for that.
Catch them whenever they're coming up the driveway.
Yeah, light them up.
Light 'em
I
up.
don't think they have any right to say anything about how loud generators are. It's not
Especially
like you
not
can,
right
Not
when a
yet.
storm
not
goes
when
I
through.
just-
not when you've just went through a hurricane. Like whoever that was must have had some piss in
Yeah,
their Cheerios.
yeah, but
or
the
something.
problem with that too is
they were being a Karen.
Well, yeah, but the problem with
Yeah.
that is you have dusk to dawn sound ordinances that supersede the HOA rules, so it doesn't matter what the HOA says.
Oh yeah, I know. It's just
Yeah.
anytime I find a new fuck the HOA
Yeah.
thing, I follow all that because I hate them.
Yeah,
Even though I'm part of one, that's the only reason I'm on the board because I fucking hate them.
I'm part of one too. I hate it.
I fucking hate them.
And it's funny because I was wanting to live out my prepper fantasies. So I've been looking for land, and I found like 8 acres of property. That's all woods. It's just undeveloped. It's raw land,
Yeah.
and it's like a perfect rectangle. And I'm like, oh wow, man, I want to get to, and it's way up, Lot Road.
Yeah.
Up in the boonies up there, and so I was sitting there looking at it, and I was like, yeah, man, this is awesome, man. I could get this land. I talked to the I went so far as talking to the realtor and everything. And then they come back and they said, well, and I said, send me everything on this piece of property. And I know I'm derailing this,
that's
but
fine. Go ahead.
but yeah, it was part of an HOA. Because
The land?
the guy that
Undeveloped land.
undeveloped
was part
land,
of an
but
HOA.
here's the thing: the guy that owned all the property, he owned a whole big old chunk of property, but way down from there, he built a neighborhood. Okay, so when he created an HOA, he put all those lots also into the HOA, even though they were off the road. They weren't part of the neighborhood, but he bound all those lots to it. Well, when I got all the paperwork from the city, and I was reading it, and I'm like, oh wow, so this guy bound all this crap to the covenants of the HOA, but said, oh, like these lots, like one of the ones I was looking at, because it's off the road, it's not in the subdivision.
Yeah.
They could be used for like light commercial, and then they would be excluded from only certain sections, and the only certain sections that it was excluded from was signage, was from the size of the building, that could be built on it.
Yeah.
And there was like something else, something real minuscule.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I buy this property. I'm still
bound by
I'm technically not in the HOA,
but you are.
but I'm bound by a lot
And
of the provisions of it.
And you couldn't get that out of it?
No.
Is it a city thing?
No.
Or it's just the neighborhood would have to fucking vote on it?
You'd have to dissolve the HOA.
Well, or the HOA would have to
release it.
release it.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
And I'm like, and then I talked to somebody else, that had tried to deal with them,
Yeah.
and they said, no, they got the two guys that incorporated it. They're still alive. And they're like, yeah, they're douche canoes. Cause I'm like, I don't want to do anything with the property. Like it's all woods. I said, I want to keep it just all woods. I said, I just want to carve a path, where I can drive my truck to the middle of it.
Yeah.
And I want to carve out a piece in the middle, and that's it. And I even went so far as like thinking, well, because dude, trust me, I tried to rationalize it. Like, it'd be all right what I do, because it's it's a pretty big parcel of land.
Yeah,
I said,
8
what I
acres.
do is to keep people from snooping. Like my drive, I make it like a chicane, right? Where from the street you can't see. Like
Yeah.
you can see the driveway, but then it turns and you can't. It's just woods. and then I'll have to deal with people trespassing. And but then the more and more I thought about it, I said, nah, it just seems like it would. I think that where I landed on it, which is why I didn't buy it, was I thought, well, this is probably going to end up being more of a headache, and I don't want a headache. I just rather find land that doesn't have no restrictions on it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I want to go out there and because let me tell you something, dude, on YouTube, I could make some money if I had a piece of land like that. You go out there, and I would actually create a whole nother channel and go out there and just do like some Lord of the Flies. Dude, people love that content, bro. They love that content.
What, like Bushmaster stuff?
Yes.
Oh,
just run out there and I'd put my Viking big beard on and just get butt naked and run out there and just do stuff in the wild. Yeah, people love
Brad's going to be on OnlyFans.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do, man. Times are tough, man. You seen these gas prices?
When the ex and I had land in North Florida, there were we had 7 plots. The smallest was 40 acres, and ours was one of the largest at 47 acres. And then we had an HOA. And the HOA existed for one reason only, because we had a private road that supported all 7 plots. And so the HOA existed to make sure that the road...
Just to maintain the road?
Just to maintain the road.
Yeah, see, that's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that'd be okay.
That was the only covenant in the HOA, was just maintaining the road.
But the city or county didn't do it? They didn't maintain it?
No, it was considered a private road.
But
So
the lots had power, right?
What was the?
Well, they
what was
didn't
the,
initially.
Oh, okay.
What was the HOA fees? Then it had to have been cheap.
Oh, it was like $50 a year or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds about right.
And the thing of the road, this was in North Florida, so the road was originally a logging road, and so it was hard packed sand.
Yeah,
I mean, it would pour buckets, and you could drive a Ferrari down that road without any problems.
yeah. I've been looking for land in Mississippi.
Tennessee, no.
Tennessee.
I would not go to Tennessee.
Well,
As a patron state of shooting shit.
Tennessee is slowly being taken over.
well, you're not terribly wrong about that.
It's being invaded.
It is.
Yeah.
I agree.
By liberals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They say the two biggest states of the exodus of the hardcore liberals coming out of California is Texas and Tennessee.
Really?
And Florida.
Florida, I looked at some of the incoming numbers on Florida, and I'm pretty sure these numbers are not that accurate, but it seems like Florida's kind of tapered off.
That's because the cost of living in Florida's gone up so much.
It's gone up so the real estate is having a problem in Florida, but the problem with Florida is Mamdani is running people out of New York, so the influx of people from Florida is mainly from New York, not from California.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Yes, Californians are going to
Texas
and Tennessee. Yeah.
And they're overwhelmingly trying to build residency in Florida to get away from the taxes, the state taxes.
I knew they were
All right,
going
well
to
then-
Texas, but I don't know about Tennessee.
Second best, Kentucky.
I mean,
That's actually, I could see that.
I just
I
came
mean,
from
Kentucky's
Tennessee.
pretty.
So.
There's some
Yeah.
around the eastern side of Kentucky towards Tennessee is actually very pretty.
Or just go to the northern
And-
part of Georgia.
And you know
Yeah.
what other
The
law?
That's where I was
the
last
very
week.
northern
Yeah.
part
Yeah.
of Georgia. Yeah.
And you know what other law is still on the books in Kentucky? Beat your wife with a stick no bigger than your thumb.
I'm scared that you know that.
Oh, there's a really good.
I think I'm
reason.
scared. I'm scared for you that he knows that. What kind of ideas you been putting in? What do you have you been really misbehaving that much? And he's looking up laws.
Yes.
Where can I go and beat my wife?
Yeah.
I can go to Kentucky.
I got
It
a
was-
lock box with how she killed me in it, waiting for.
It was one of those like obscure laws that are still in effect in certain states, and he saw that one and was like, "We're moving to Kentucky."
well, I mean, is that what he does now? Like when you start misbehaving, we're gonna go to Kentucky.
I'm gonna take your ass to Kentucky.
I did for a really long time.
Yeah.
Now I just got the lock box that's got to send this to Joey thing.
Okay, we
Whenever
gotta
she
get
kills me.
get back on topic because
Yeah,
I
let's
want
go
to talk
back.
about how dumb people are.
Nope.
You want to talk about how dumb people are?
Yeah.
Okay, I lived in South Florida.
Hold on a
for-
second. Hang on. I think we've about covered it because I mean, just have food and water for 3 days. Have some form of fuel. Grill works better.
I
Propane
always
grill.
I know that they suggest 3 days, but I always go for like a week because you remember the storm.
Hey,
that came
ho,
through?
now you're getting into being a prepper. A week?
That's
week.
that's dangerous.
96 hours?
Yeah, because you remember that storm that came up through Homa
That'd be 120 hours, wouldn't it? Something
and
like that.
it decimated Homa.
Oh yeah.
They
yeah.
were out. They were without power for almost a month.
Yeah.
And the problem with places like that is that when the roads get all torn up, just getting stuff there
is
really hard.
Yeah, there's
tough.
a big delay because they have to actually redo the pathways in. Yeah.
So I always say at least a week. And then by then they've got people coming in and bringing in supplies because at that point you're not going to get any new supplies unless someone brings them in.
But see that goes to what I was saying earlier is that to really have a handle on being kind of self-sustaining in an emergency situation is understanding geographically where you are. Like you said, like if you're in Homa and hey, we're in a really low-lying area and these storms come up, storm surge is really bad, messes up the infrastructure, everything. You're and this has always been a talking point of me whenever I do talk about preparedness on my YouTube channel, is that it's a big scale. It's a big scale of like you're saying, Joey, you got to be careful because you're crossing over into prepper territory. But technically everybody to an extent is a prepper.
I would rather have somebody call me a prepper and be ready to deal with it.
Right.
Than be going after day 2, anybody got water?
Yeah. But the thing is that, the thing that I always say is everybody's a prepper. I understand that because of shows like Doomsday Preppers, there's a stigma around saying the word prepper.
Oh, yeah.
But everybody's a prepper. Actually, I mean, if you have a house and you have that drawer in your kitchen where you have a flashlight and batteries and stuff, guess what? Why do you have that? Well, I have it so if the lights go out, congratulations, you're a prepper. Because prepping, you are preparing.
Yeah.
When you have candles or stuff, even if on a small scale, like on one end of the scale, you got people that, oh man, I have a junk drawer that has a flashlight, some batteries, maybe a couple candles in it. Yeah. That's one extreme of the scale. The other is the dude that has the luxury bunker.
Yeah.
That's and
I wouldn't mind having one of those.
And congratulations. I mean, if you're on that scale, you're a prepper. It's just to what degree. But the thing is like understanding, geographically, what are your going to be your like trials and tribulations with your geographical location, and then what are your capabilities? Like you're saying, like you can. It's very simple. It's very simple to go get a couple. Even if you don't have, let's just say for the sake of saying, you don't have a place to put a big grill, right? Okay, go to Walmart. Just buy a little butane stove that screws onto a little can of butane. Yep. You can literally buy like 10 of those little butane cans, and
they're like $3 a piece or something.
Yeah, and yes, you can only put like one pot or plate on there.
You get like a jet bowl.
Right, there you go. And there you go. You're set up for that thing. But it also does require some forethinking and also experience, which sadly enough, the common walking around person, they don't see value in that. And that to me is the problem with what you're saying, people being prepared, is people do not see the value in being prepared until the crap's already hit the fan. Until, like you're saying, Joey, until you're like, oh man, hey, this case of water that I bought, I drank it really fast, and I'm out of water, and they ain't saying nothing's coming for another week.
Yeah.
Well, now you're talking about people thinking. And to me, with literally everything, is people don't think.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I got a question. So, all right, this one we'll ask you first, Brad. If you didn't go to the grocery store at all, how long could you survive with the food that's in your house right now?
I could survive a pretty good while because I actually transitioned from a chest freezer to an upright freezer in my garage so I could put more shit in it. I could survive a pretty decent amount of time, probably a month. I could. Now my kids, that's a different story because I will pinch my nose and I will eat shit. But
hey, you know what? Sooner or later they will.
I don't think so. I don't think so. My youngest daughter, the doctor told us that when she was little, because we were trying to get her to drink milk and stuff, and our pediatric doctor just said, "Well, don't offer her anything else." And after a couple of days, she will drink it. Do you know how long she went without drinking? A week.
Get out.
And finally, I said, "I'm done. This child's so hard-headed. She'll ride it to the end."
She comes by it honestly from her dad.
Well, and my wife's family, and my family, they're all hard-headed.
No, it's you.
So
okay, so other Brad and Tammy, How long could y'all go?
Oh, easily a month.
Easily.
I don't know if I could go a month. I could probably go a good 2 weeks.
Oh, I got easily a month. I ain't even.
Now the only thing that would cause me an issue is
You need power.
Is water. No, I don't. I totally don't need power. I've got so many power solutions in my house. It's ridiculous.
Oh, but, I think it would be great just to say fuck it and go without power. Oh.
Yeah, but then how do you keep a freezer cold?
No, I'm not worried. Oh, I'm not worried about a freezer.
Yeah, but that's part of your protein source.
Now wait a minute. What kind of stuff do you have to eat?
I got lots of beans and rice.
Okay.
And then I got boxes of MREs. I got all kind of stuff.
You can't live off MREs.
No, you can't.
You can't live off freeze dried food either.
You can't. I don't have anything freeze dried. I'm not down that route.
Why not? It's better. It tastes better.
I'm not saying that it don't, because I mean I've had freeze dried ice cream sandwich bar.
Yeah,
it tastes just like a fucking ice cream sandwich, and it's fucking great. Yeah. But
you don't have any freeze dried food?
No. Well, no. I take that back. No,
I do. I got a lot of freeze dried food.
I think
I got some, but most of my shit is like the good MREs stuff you've done videos.
I probably
on.
have 4 days just of freeze dried food.
Yeah, I've got a ton of freeze dried food, just because I've tried a lot of the Mountain House stuff, and it is for your palate. It's more enjoyable than some of the. Because see, the problem with me, like you've been in my house, you see, I got a shit ton of MREs, but the problem is, like, I'm only going to eat like 30% of the menus of MREs. So my thing is,
he's eating an MRE pizza, and I didn't notice it until he told me about it. He was doing a taste test of it, and he took a bite and chewed it. He's like, "Yeah, that's not good." And he put it over in his lip like a dip, and I didn't even notice he did it until he mentioned it. I looked and I was like, "Damn, it is in your face!" And he's like, "I didn't swallow that shit. I just held it and spit it out." After I was like,
"It was so nasty." And what's bad is the dude on YouTube that everybody idolizes, Steve, who does ration reviews. He uses the most descriptive language to describe when he eats this shit.
Like an Anthony Bourdain.
It's delectable and all this bullshit. And so when he got the MRE pizza, when it finally, this is the most disgusting part about the MRE pizza, is the military worked on this thing for years.
Oh, come on.
For years, they developed the MRE pizza. And when he got it, I watched the video, because the video got multi-millions of views. Yeah. And he goes, "Oh, man, and to me, it didn't really look that appetizing, but I got an open mind." And he said, "Oh, it tastes like a pizza that you would get, like a frozen pizza out of the grocery store, like a frozen pizza."
Apparently it didn't.
And I'm like, bitch, that shit does not taste like, I have not, even like the I don't know, what's like the Purina dog food of like frozen pizzas? Like,
Purina dog.
Like the DiGiorno or something?
No, DiGiorno's not bad. It's not that bad. I'm talking about just imagine the worst frozen pizza you've ever had.
Tito's?
That shit is 100 times better.
Tony's
ain't bad. Why are you hating on Tony's?
The pizza bagels or Hot Pockets.
Anyway, the point of that is take the most nastiest frozen pizza you've ever had out of the freezer,
and it's worse than that.
It is. You would rather eat that than that MRE pizza slice. Now, I'm pretty sure there's some people that are gluttons for punishment that say, "Oh man, it was good." It was not good.
Okay, you know what? If you just fucking did a 30-kilometer hike through some really shitty parts of Afghanistan, and somebody gave that to you, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to eat that right now."
Well, see, that's what I was going to say. I've talked about before. You're talking about you can't live off of MREs, and I'm like, the MREs are there for the little extra shit. That like Pop-Tart, that gum, the salt, the pepper.
When you get to that point where you're
Tabasco.
sick and tired of eating the rice and beans, you'll want to eat an MRE just for the variety.
Yeah, but my thing with that process is the unintended consequence of eating MREs. Okay, you're in an emergency situation, and you're like, "Hey man, I can eat these MREs." Because now, to be fair, I don't dislike all the MREs. There are a lot of them that I do like, that I think are good. Oh, yeah. But the problem is, it's just the reality. So you mean to tell me there's some food that can stay fresh that I can eat for 20 plus years? Because now the Army, the U.S. military says the MREs are only made for 5 years. But I've seen people eat MREs 25 years old. Oh, okay. You mean to tell me that it stays that way? And dude, there's so much chemicals in that. It's not good for you.
No,
at all.
No,
it's not
we're
good
not.
for you at all.
No, we're not saying that you're not going to die of cancer in about.
But yeah,
a year afterwards.
it's not going to happen today.
Yeah.
But the thing is that they're gonna, they make you constipated and all that, and they do it for a reason. Because MREs in the military, you guys know, or maybe I don't know, you guys probably know this, but MREs only serve one function. It's generally for Marines, because Marines are generally always the first effective force sent out. And there's no FOB set up, so they still got to eat. But generally, they don't eat MREs for a long, extended period of time.
Oh, no.
Because they want to get the FOB set up. And the first thing is they want the mess kitchen set up. Because
that's actually the policy of the United States government, is that their military members get one hot meal a day.
Really?
At least one hot meal a day, yeah. That's why you're saying it's so important to have the FOB set up, so that they can get one hot meal a day.
Well, technically,
outside of the...
They don't want them surviving on just MREs.
Well, technically, the MREs do have thermos ration heaters.
Well, I understand that,
so
but I'm saying
you can't technically eat a hot meal.
They're saying they want the mess kitchen set up because it does a whole lot of different things.
Well, plus too, it constipates you because you don't want active combat troops needing to take a shit. Yeah. And another ration that's interesting, and I totally didn't mean to divert this, but is the first strike ration, because that is a ration. It's a 24-hour ration, but it was made for the Marine Corps for first strike operations. Everything in that ration, there is no famous ration heater, because everything in that ration, and it's a big ration because it's 24 hours. It's meant to literally tear open and eat while you're humping your ruck. So yeah, but anyway, for me personally, I like freeze dried food. It's not good for you either. It has its own problems.
Nutritionally, it's lacking a lot of different things.
Yes.
If you just got to put food in your belly for a few days, it's a
it'll get you over that hump. Because actually, there's some people. Actually, there's a lot of people on YouTube that have done these challenge videos where they say, "Hey, I'm only going to eat MREs for a week, I'm only going to eat Mountain House for a week." You know what I'm saying?
I'm not doing it if I don't have to.
And there's
that's just.
But what's funny is to watch his videos
of the other people, the dumbasses doing it.
Other people that do it, because it's like, no. And see, but in preparedness, this is one of the things that will jumps. It will kind of kick you in the rear end to say, yeah, man, I would like to store up some food. Even going down the route, and this is something that I used to do. I used to buy like the sirloin burger, canned stew. Yeah. From Campbell's or whoever it was, or Denny Moore or whoever. Yep. Yeah. But you buy a bunch of like the potatoes and stuff. And one of the things that I really wanted to get into that I absolutely love watching are the chicks on YouTube that do all the pressure canning. And there's this one chick, man, she cut up this sirloin. She had all these cuts of sirloin, and she cubed them up and cut up potatoes, like carrots and something else.
Made a meal in one container.
And she made a meal in a jar, and then when she pressure canned it, it cooked it.
Oh, cool.
So
then it's sealed. It has a really long shelf life.
Yeah, and so literally, she showed the whole process, and then her taking them out of the pressure canner and letting them cool, and then she showed you, hey, here's like 20 cans that I just cooked, and literally each one of those cans was a meal. And I'm like, well, the difference between that and what we're talking about with the freeze-dried MREs, this stuff is actually good. It's actually nutritious.
It's actually nutritious.
Yeah. It has more nutritional value for it.
Yeah.
But then again, you're getting into that is a skill. Pressure canning is a skill, and it does require other equipment. So there is more of an investment. There's just more of an investment, but it's not the hardest thing in the world.
I remember my mom doing canning when I was growing up, and there is a process to guarantee that you don't get contaminants in it. You have to be very thorough about washing the jars, making sure nothing gets into them. But it is something that can be done without, it's not hard, but it's not simple.
Right.
Yeah.
It's definitely something that's not out of the reach of your average person.
Absolutely.
Especially with YouTube.
See, and the thing is, if you got, like, if we all lived in a neighborhood, since we're all friends and everything.
Oh, that'd be awesome. If we all lived in a neighborhood together, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, because then it could be like you just bring, like you're bringing the canning ups just to be like, hey, Brad 1, you learn to do this pressure canning stuff, and then we'll work something out where we all have something that we can start doing.
Right.
That way I can just do it. You just be like, cool, bring me your shit and I'll do it for you. And then you do this for me and then you do that for us.
Well, see, what you're talking about now, you're talking about prepper fantasies now.
Well, yeah.
I mean, yeah, but dude, yeah.
Somebody-
I mean,
yeah.
that's the way to do it, man. Yeah, let's just go buy some land, man, build a community, you know?
That's why I'm looking for 40 acres in Tennessee.
That's why I'm getting 5 of them.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm looking for 40 acres in Mississippi.
We're gonna put about a 60 or 80 foot tower right on the highest point of the land.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking
Then we're
about.
gonna drive stakes to mark off distances.
Good Lord. I didn't know he was doing all that.
That's
all
what
right.
I'm talking about. I like you even more now.
And if there's a mountain, we'll build a bunker.
Yeah, even better.
Dig right into it.
God almighty.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Actually, you don't need to. Yeah, you could just get a traco, carve it out, bury a 40-foot container in it.
Yeah.
Cover it all back up. Good to go.
Yep.
I need more than that. I want that luxury bunker.
That luxury bunker.
Yeah,
you
just go to Atlas Survival Shelter.
Dude, I've been looking at them so hard.
You
Just
have?
What are
oh,
they,
yeah.
like
It's
$2
cool, isn't
million
it?
or something?
Have you watched their installation videos?
Yeah, I've seen some of them.
Dude, there was one I watched. The dude,
Joey, they got from just like anything else, from cheap to oh my God.
no, they did. They got a video on their website of them putting in a bunker like next to this guy's house. He's on a hill, right? So they dug the placement out, you know, on the slope side of the hill, and it had a corridor, you know, that went into the house.
Yep.
And it was like this, like a big countertop, but on the end of it, you could lift it up.
And there was
a stairwell that went down, and it went down to the hatch.
I think I've seen that one too.
But there
Yeah,
was,
you're gonna have to
like,
stop. You're gonna have to stop talking about that. I'm getting stiffy over here.
yeah, I know, dude. Oh, it gets me excited. It gets me excited, dude. Like
this
dude,
is like legit
man, this is
life
porn.
goals.
yeah, man. If there was ever
You know?
like a time like I was really paying attention to a video, dude, I was like, oh, this is cool as shit. But it was actually the 12-foot wide or the 14-foot wide containers.
Yeah.
And they're not containers because they build them. You know, they build the whole things. But they're like, I think they're 12 or 14 feet wide, and they're like 40,
They're usually
45 feet long,
they're
I
usually
think.
40.
But he had 2 of them side by side that had connecting passageway, and then there was the utility the utility little, you know, add-on that had generator and all that crap, and then there was another add-on that was a decon room. So whenever you physically went down the main corridor,
Yeah.
you went into the decon
Decon
room,
room
and it
before you
had
go
doors.
in.
It
Yeah,
had
before you go in.
had sealed blast doors
Yeah.
on both sides, so you could like pop a peephole out and be like, "Who dat?" You know, whatever. and then it had on the other end, it had an escape hatch. And to me, the way they did the escape hatch was awesome because from the bunker, like if you needed to get out that way, not the corridor way,
Yeah.
you went into this, you went up, you know, you undid the hatch.
Same thing
and
as
it was
same thing in the other end.
It was a corridor. It had a ladder, but it had this cover that once you open that hatch, it had a poker in there, and you have to poke it for all the earth to fall down because it was completely concealed on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
you could get out. And I'm like, dude, man, it's so cool to have money.
Yeah.
Because, dude, that would
Well,
be
then
cool
what-
just to have that, just to be, okay, kids,
Yeah.
we're
That would be
initiating,
like a
we're
new-
initiating DEFCON 5.
It's like
Everybody get in the bunker, you know?
it's like the new age treehouse for kids.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And there's a lot of people, there's tons of people that are building that stuff just for like peace of mind, you know, from
yeah.
storms, tornadoes, especially people in those tornado states.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tornado Alley. Yeah.
Actually, when we were building the house in northern Alabama,
Yeah, that's it.
Did you look up? He look up Atlas.
Yeah.
went into the Home Depot, and this is the first time I'd ever seen this. It was a shelter. I mean, it's like a pre-built thing. And they said, yeah, I was talking to the guy. He's like, oh, yeah, you just pour a slab and you bolt this down to it. It's your tornado shelter. I'm like, he's like, it's only designed for you to be in there for 30 or 45 minutes.
Right,
Until
right.
the tornado passes. He said,
Right.
but you go down about 6 inches with the slab and then you bolt this thing to the slab. He's like, you might come out and your house might be completely gone, but that's going to still be there.
Yeah.
I said, okay.
Yeah. Well, the biggest thing about tornadoes is as long as you can block air from getting up under it, it's generally fine.
Oh yeah, and this thing had like a half inch, maybe 5-inch bolt about every 2 inches, all around the base of it on the flange. I thought that thing's never coming up.
No, it's
Yeah.
not. No, not at all.
Yeah. That's just like that dude that that's got that armored vehicle that he built to chase tornadoes.
Yeah.
Like when he drives up to a tornado, he stops and he pushes this button and he's got these skirts that go down all around the vehicle to keep wind from getting up under the vehicle.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And I'm like, I want to see him drive that shit into a tornado.
Those guys are crazy.
They're nuts. They are.
I mean,
nuts.
they're crazy.
You wouldn't jump in that truck with him?
Hell no, I wouldn't jump.
come on.
Dude, we were a long time ago. Me and my brother were going to a job in one of them square states, and I was asleep, and my brother hit me, and I was sleeping, and I was like, "What, man?" He just casually pointed out the passenger window, and often there's a damn big old ass tornado, and I'm like, no, my anxiety went from like 0 to like 5,000, and because I'm sitting there now, like I'm wide awake, and I'm just staring at this tornado, and we're doing like 80, and I'm looking at this tornado, and it stays like right there, and I'm like, bro, this thing's getting bigger. Like
That's called constant bearing, decreasing range.
I don't know what it was. It scared the shit out of me. I said, "You better floor it, man, because this. I don't, dude. I'm scared. I don't
Look,
like
as long
weather.
as it's over there, that's fine.
I don't know.
That's
I
what
wanted away
Oh
from
wait,
it.
you were never an RD, were you? You're TC.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's a TC?
Telecommunications specialist.
So there's a term, right, called constant bearing, decreasing range, which means that if you're looking at an object and its relative motion is 0, eventually you and it are going to collide.
I know that's well, my brain formulated that without knowing all that terminology, and I was like scared to death.
You're gonna, like I said, as long as it's over there, you're just fine.
Until it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, but it's just a stone's throw to say it's over there, and now it's over here.
Yes.
As I was worried about it getting over here part.
You would have been just fine. Yeah,
all right, so
Famous last words.
So
Yeah, no,
so
right.
what else is there to cover about preparedness other than everybody should be prepared? Like there's no excuse. I mean, go watch some YouTube videos.
This
and
is
all
the
that.
time to start preparing month before.
Yeah, not June
Yeah.
1st.
Not June 1st.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
don't wait until like, oh, hey, the news is like playing it every 5 seconds. Like, hey, the storm's going to be here in like 24 hours. Don't wait till then to, I need to go buy some stuff.
Well, it's
Yeah,
like
'cause this
Tammy said, just, every time you go to the grocery store, just pick up a flat of water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring it home, just
Yeah.
stick it in the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're
You know?
So we're recording this mid-April. So yeah, it's a really
Like
good
this
time.
is now the time to start just when you go to the grocery store, just grab a couple of extra cans of beans or bags of beans or bags of rice or
Some canned soup.
some canned
Canned
soup,
soup.
something that you can eat straight out of the can, even if it's Chef Boyardee. I
Yep.
know it's gross, but you can eat it straight out of the can.
Don't be busting on ravioli.
Why you hating on Chef Boyardee? What did Chef Boyardee ever do
I
to
mean,
you?
I
Made
ate it all
shitty
the
food?
time as a kid, but I mean,
I
it's,
love me some raviolis.
Oh.
the raviolis are good.
I got no beef for ravioli.
I mean, it's something that you can pop the can open and eat it. You don't have to
Well,
cook
yeah,
it.
apparently, except for Tammy
Me, I ain't eating that
or
shit.
Brad. Apparently, neither.
I
one of
mean,
them
I'll eat
I'll
it.
eat
Well,
all
that's
of it.
that's more
Yeah,
ravioli for us.
that's it.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'll eat it.
Oh, you want to know a really good staple? Get some fucking Spam.
Oh, yeah, that's shelf stable for a long,
Yeah, but
long time.
but the problem with Spam is you really need to master that. Getting you a little camp stove because you got to put.
Oh, you gotta cook that
you
shit.
got to cut the Spam and you got to fry it, bro.
Oh yeah, I got cans. I got Spam in
Actually,
there.
so when I was,
I made Spam and eggs one
I
time.
briefly touted the idea of hiking the AT, and that was one of the meals that the hikers used to do is they would buy a bag of instant potatoes, like mashed potatoes, and they would fry Spam and make instant mashed potatoes and just dump it in there with some corn.
Yeah.
Yep.
And everybody's thinking, well, that's nothing but carbs and fat.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. And you know how
That's
many
the
calories
point.
they burn every single day hiking the AT?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You eat all that. Oh
Yeah.
God.
That's another thing, like canned vegetables. That's another thing you can just eat straight out of the can.
Yeah,
Corn,
And
green
the, and the
beans.
thing is like outside of the water. I mean, you could just get a little small box like when you had something delivered from Amazon and just throw a few cans of stuff in there, the rice, the beans, and just
Yeah.
close it up and sit it on the shelf and forget it.
but the
Yeah.
one
There
thing
you
I
go.
will not advise anybody to do is to run out and buy like a case of MREs or any of these pre-made disaster bags like from Ready America. Don't do that because they have the Daytrex pressed bars in them. You don't want to ever have to eat those. And if you get MREs, buy 2 cases and then slowly eat out of 1 case. Because the biggest mistake that a lot of people talk about that people make in preparedness is that they buy stuff that they don't normally eat like you're saying, Tammy, they'll go buy a bunch of vegetables or stuff. Sometimes people just think that, oh, if I have all this stuff, I'm ready. Mm-hmm. But they don't. They're not buying the things sensibly. Mm-hmm. Like dirty preppers, will tell you like, hey, you build a prepper pantry, but you eat out of the pantry.
Yeah,
it's not like
just
this.
Cycle through it.
Right. It's not like this pantry of food that this is just for emergency only. No, you're buying things anyway that in your household you consume. Mm-hmm. You're just setting a system up to where you just have a lot more of that. Yeah. And then you can then say, okay, well, if my front door's shut and I can't go out of my house, cool. We have a stockpile of the things that we normally eat. Yep.
Yeah.
Like for me, like I was saying with my kids, for me to effectively prepare my household.
Though, huh?
What?
Apparently not milk though, huh?
No.
Not milk.
But yeah, you just have to have stuff that you eat. So if any advice that I would give to somebody who's actually trying to take their life serious, and do for yourself is just buy the things that you eat, your family eats, and don't try to be crazy and like, oh, I'm gonna buy all this, military stuff and this freeze dried food, which is fine, but just make sure you try it. Because you don't want to be.
You're going to open the MRE, take a bite, and say that is awful. Throw it away.
Right. And that's the thing. Gone. And that's the thing because, like, if a storm did come through, number one, that's stress and anxiety.
Oh yeah.
And so the last thing that you want to do is have to go, and that to me, that's the big fallacy of these pre-made bags, disaster bags.
You've never tried them. Now you're adding more stress because you're trying to eat it.
That's
you don't fucking like it. Now, I don't like any of the stuff that I bought. Right. Look, I'm sorry. If you're not prepared to eat some of that stuff, even if you don't like it, you've never been hungry enough.
Right.
And and people are just like, bullshit, whatever, and they can talk stuff, trash, or whatever they want. But how about those?
There's people that get so hungry they'll eat dirt.
How about the people that were trapped over in Russia in that snowstorm when they actually was it a mastodon or whatever they uncovered and they ate frozen 10,000-year-old elephant meat?
I ain't heard that.
No, I
heard about that.
Yeah, there's a whole thing on it. Like
they did some Jurassic Park shit.
It really was. They found it and they got trapped there and they were there for a super long time. So they literally cut off 10,000-old mastodon meat and was eating it.
That's crazy.
And like they said, it was hard to keep down, but we had to have.
They had to eat it.
Had to have some what
was that? I don't know. Was this real or fake? That airplane crash?
Oh, that was
high
real.
Altitude crash.
They
was eating people.
That's real.
Yeah, that was in Chile. It was a soccer team.
Was it? Okay.
Yep.
It was legit real.
They had a book. The book was called Alive, I think.
Yeah, the movie was called Alive.
Yeah, the movie was called Alive.
I saw the movie and then I was like, and it's just like anything else. I don't take anything for it's true unless I look it up afterwards. But it was legit.
Damn.
They even have.
I mean, if it's just that or dying.
Yeah.
And they even got.
I think that was just reinforcing the point of what he's saying. Like,
you
people, when you kick into survival mode, those are the most dangerous people.
Yeah.
Because they are people that are going to be. They're not thinking. They're unpredictable, and they're going to do some things that are extreme.
Whatever it takes.
Right.
Yeah.
The plane crash that you're talking about, even they were worried about burning in hell, and even priests came up and was just like, I'm pretty sure God's going to absolve you of that because, you're not supposed to eat man.
Yeah, that's
and they were like, God's going to forgive you. Don't worry about that shit.
That's messed up.
I had a guy that I trained with in Houston. He was the chief trainer for the Houston Police Department. Brian used to say, you can survive anything except being dead.
That's true, that.
Yeah.
That is one thing you will not come back from.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I think about when I look at circumstances like that. It's like, you do what you got to do to live.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why to me, like, whenever you watch these shows, like the thing that ticks me off, like, because I love zombie post-apocalyptic fiction.
Yeah.
And watching like The Walking Dead and all that. And I'm like, I understand that it would be so hard to make. And I think I've said this to you before. Like I wanted to write a book, like a post-apocalyptic fiction, but I wanted to write it from a first-person perspective of like one person, like one character, and just write it from his perspective. Because to me, like if something like that were to really happen, okay, just wrap your mind around this. Around if everything stopped, right? Like if there was a Walking Dead scenario, where this infection or whatever spread so quick and everything shut down, but you did have these big pockets of survivors, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, well here's the problem: People nowadays, walking around people, are on so many meds, whether it's psychotropic drugs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Whether it's blood pressure, insulin, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, so let's just say you do take people that did survive and they're on psychotropic drugs. Well, like benzos or something.
And
Oh,
now
yeah.
These people,
now they don't have a refill or have anything left.
yeah, these
and
people are out of their mind.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so to me, I'm like
that's almost scarier than zombies.
yeah, because
Yeah,
you
really.
know, the people will go feral very quickly.
Yeah.
And like the idea that like in a Walking Dead scenario that, oh yeah, man, we're just going to find a bunch of survivors and we're going to build a little camp over here and we're just going to live like that. And I'm like, in my thinking self, I cannot see a situation where that pans out that way, because just if you did have somebody that could keep it together, that could maintain, the sheer stress of that situation, I think would break like 99% of people. Because
even if they're not on anything,
that's what I'm saying. Even if it's just your average person,
yes, yeah, that's going to break most people. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like, bro, that like, I mean, look at how quickly people de-evolve just when municipal power gets interrupted.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, come on now. And you talk about a total socio-economic collapse, and then you throw some zombies in the mix.
No. Look at the teen takeovers of everything that's going on right now.
Yeah.
And it's just like they're going. Feral might be on a.
Yeah.
Let's just fucking go be stupid and.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
fuck
what it
this shit
is.
up.
That's what it is. Yeah. When you got these groups, these hordes of, you know, these young people that go through and they just smash stores. Yes, they are feral, and the reason why I say feral is because they have abandoned all premise of social norms.
Yeah.
They're not going to listen to the average person. They're not going to respect anybody's property rights. They are feral, you know, and
That's why they need a beat down.
yeah. And see, to me, you know, like something I never understood about, you know, well, this is totally pivoting the conversation, but I never understood why, like when these idiots block major roadways and stuff, you know, I never understood why they just didn't go. Why don't they have the responders show up with just paintball guns with pepper balls? I never understood that. You know, they do all these extreme things to these protesters, you know, to try to get them to.
Well, a lot of these protesters, though, are now wearing gas mask and goggles, you know. But, I mean, I've been shot by paintball guns that close, and I could tell you, even if it's...
I crank my gun up to around 320. You're gonna move.
Oh yeah.
You're not gonna sit there and take it, especially as fast as I can.
Yeah.
I can articulate. Yeah, you ain't standing there taking it.
I tell you what I think is funny is I seen. Why don't they just go back to the get the fire trucks out with the cannons?
With the hoses.
Yeah, just hose them. That's
Yeah.
gonna move you. You ain't standing up to
You're
that.
not
Like
gonna-
you're
yeah.
gonna.
Yeah.
People are just like, oh, whatever, that ain't shit. Yeah, get hit by one. Poof,
Yeah.
there you
Yeah,
go.
You go flying off.
Yeah, you won't be there.
But see, it's amazing to me in this country. Like, you know, I always compare. Like, I think we are on the brink. You know, my own personal opinion. I think we're on the brink of some kind of collapse socially, because we tolerate all this shit.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not an extremist, okay? I'm not wanting to give out them vibes. But for us to function as a society, what makes a society is a society is it is a collection of people that get together and they understand that they are putting themselves under laws that are for the benefit of everybody.
Oh yeah.
And when you have people that no longer think that those laws apply to them and everybody just stands around and watches it,
So I have a theory.
there's a problem.
I have a theory on why things are the way they are right now.
Well, there's motivation.
Everybody is a keyboard warrior, right? Nobody goes to the playground and gets their ass kicked because they start shit. And nobody, if you get all these kids and you punch them in the face once really hard, they're going to go, that hurt a lot.
Oh well, yeah.
And then they might go, I don't think I want to do that again because now I know it's not any fun when somebody punches me in the face.
Yeah. I'm with you. I think we're kind of close to it too, and it's not because of anything that's happening outside of the U.S.
No, it's all internal. It's all internal.
When it's kind of like you were saying, when, and this can be part of preparedness.
Well, that's the
too,
only
'cause
thing
you
that'll
kinda
take
need
this
to-
country down.
Well, yeah,
It's from the inside out.
Oh yeah, they talked about it on Captain America: Civil War. But yeah, it's part of the preparedness is to be prepared for most everything, not only hurricanes, but you could try to be prepared for the collapse, which I don't think anybody really can unless you're the millionaire with the bunker.
Yeah.
But yeah, because it's whenever, like you're talking about, like I brought up the kids just running rampant, and then there's no repercussions except for the people trying to protect and defend themselves.
Yeah.
And that's in any capacity. That's not a gun thing. That's just, like, hey, this guy jumped me or whatever it was, and I was defending myself. And you've seen them before where, like, you punch me or jump me or whatever it is, and I happen to get the better of it. You fall over, break your neck, die. Now I go to jail.
Right.
For defending myself.
Right.
And there's too much of that going on because the lawlessness is becoming on the people should be punishing the wrongdoers.
Well, it's that, but the way I frame that is it's whenever you can politically motivate that to your own ends. Like you can then shame the victim over the perpetrator, which is what happens.
Oh yeah, but yeah, that's just saying that the people who are
being victimized are in the wrong.
But they're going to get tired of it, and that's where the collapse is going to be. Is when the system's trying to make the people defending themselves, they are the bad people, even though the person was doing the wrong thing in the first place. There's going to be a break when the people are tired of being punished for defending themselves.
Well, I think that thinking does kind of expand. That kind of mentality can expand to everything. But like to me, the funny thing is, like what's going on right now with the deportation stuff. You got all these people that are violently opposing ICE doing their job.
Yeah.
And do I think that ICE is a little heavy-handed?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Well,
I'm not saying that they should definitely do it, but I mean, I think it's. Here's
the problem though. Whenever you got to look at where these people are going into. They're going into where your situation is that you are being opposed, not just from the people you're going to detain, but you're also being posed by your civilian population. So yes, do you have to be heavy-handed? Yes, because here's my thing: I'm not gonna stand up for people that are here illegally. I don't care nothing about them. Go, you shouldn't be here, because here's the problem: what the optics of people on immigration is. You break into my house. I don't have anything for you.
Yeah.
And when you're here illegally, you have broken into my house.
I agree.
And so, yes, I feel a certain type of way about that. There's legal channels through which you get here. You need to go that route, And what's funny to me is, like, for example, the thing that I can't stand, that I don't have the capacity to understand. I guess I'm just dense, but all of the leftists that are aligned with the LGBTQ community that are pro-Palestine and pro-Iran.
Yeah, that makes
and
no
I'm sitting
sense.
here and I'm like,
just go over there.
Go over there and announce that you're gay. Watch what happens.
Yeah, I don't
get a ticket. Just go for a vacation.
Yeah,
see what happens.
Don't bother getting a return ticket. You won't need it.
Yeah, but just go one step further in that thought process. These are people that have no idea what they're even saying.
No.
But they're defending a position that they've just been told. They don't even understand what it is.
Oh yeah, no.
I think I've said this on multiple podcasts before. The country as a whole is just too soft. It's not that, because it's not that you can't live and be whatever the fuck you want. Just whatever you want. I don't fucking care. But kind of like what he was saying, you hadn't been punched in the mouth. We've been living so protected that everything seems like it should be everybody should have everything, and everything should be okay. And nobody should do anything or hate anybody in any capacity. And we're a violent man as a whole is violent. Because what was the whole thing when Cain killed
Abel? Yeah.
So 25% of the entire population of the planet was a murderer. And there was only 3 people left. It's some ridiculous stuff. So we're too soft as a whole.
Well, I think like the saying, good times create soft people.
Yeah.
Hard times create hard hard people. I do and I don't believe that, because for me, I don't need my morality keeps me on the right path. I don't need to go through hard times to have a better outlook.
You're the exception to the rule.
But,
Well,
I don't think I am. That's the problem.
Well, I mean,
but here's the problem. Okay, all the people that you say they're soft, they're victims. The problem in this country is because of the TV and the propaganda, it has been socially beneficial to be a victimized class in this country. There are motivations that don't have anything to do with you getting punched in the face. There are literal benefits to being on the left, to having TDS, to being a perpetual victim. There's benefits to it. If there wasn't benefits to it, they wouldn't do it. The reason is there's something to gain on that side. So to me, there's a difference between a socio-cultural perspective born out of some benefit motivation versus it being organically a grievance. You know what I mean? Because look, in this country, there's people still running around bitching about reparations, for crying out loud. And I'm like, okay, so if you are a black in this country, right, you have more opportunities than almost any other country, right?
Without question.
Without question. Okay. But you're owed something. And but the problem is that the majority of people that came here, that were brought here in bondage and servitude, there were also a lot of Europeans that were brought over here in bondage and servitude, and they were white. You know, people think, oh, well, slavery bad. Slavery bad, huh? Okay. Well, then explain to me, Mr. Liberal, how slavery bad when you're walking around with an iPhone.
Yeah.
You're supporting slavery.
Yeah, China.
What designer clothes do you have? Made by slaves? Electronics made by slaves.
Yeah, but as long as it's not affecting me here,
but it is
affecting.
But it is affecting you here.
No, it's not. It's not affecting my day-to-day life. As long as it's not affecting my day-to-day life, nobody fucking gives a shit.
Do you want the next iPhone?
No, I'm not. It's not talking about me.
He's not saying himself.
I'm not saying me. Y'all pay attention. Do I want the next iPhone? Not really.
He's doing the devil's advocate thing.
Not really. Don't. But I mean, no. That's what I've said to a friend of mine before. I was like, I did it. We talked about immigration on the political podcast that I did, and I'd be more than happy to do it again. I don't like that people come here illegally. Yeah. And if there was a family that was willing to say, me as the government, I would say, are you as a family willing to take this guy in then, since you feel so strongly that we should all be here? And if you say yes, I'd be cool. You have to house and take care of that person. They can have a job. That's fine. We'll get them a driver's license, whatever. But if they go out and commit a crime, you and your family are also held accountable for the same level of crime that they did. So if they get a traffic ticket, you also have to pay a ticket. If they go out and kill somebody and they're charged with murder, you are too. If you put that would to me would say, if you're very serious about it, you will take that risk. If you're not willing to risk,
they'll never do it.
Exactly, because you're not going to risk you and your family for that.
But that goes back to what I was saying. Like all of this outrage is fake. Because, like you just said, they're not going to house these people.
No, it's being driven by political organizations.
And the thing is, it's done. It's virtue signal. You know, like when you get these idiots that are famous get on TV, talk about, oh well, this, that, and the other. They're just saying it because they want to look a certain type of way. It's not that they care, because they don't care.
No,
and
they want the public to think that they care.
But the funny thing,
and some of the rich folks will make donations to these things, and just like not that all of Hollywood or whatever it is as rich as Jeff Bezos or whatever it is, when they're talking about how much his ex-wife donated to charities and stuff, which was the equivalent of couch change to us.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, she donated $400 million to all these 3 charities. And they're like, yeah, but you know how much she's worth, which is about $1.50 to us normal people.
But what does that matter?
Because it makes her look good.
No, but I mean, but to you, what does
he
that
was
matter?
talking? No, to me, nothing. I don't. Give
I mean, I don't care what people do. I don't care what people give away. It doesn't affect me.
No, it was just how him talking about people. How does it make them look? And it's just
you talking about
makes them
to virtue signal.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I got you. Yeah, because it's funny to me because like one of the most recent examples is those fires in California. That they had. Okay, so they set up this charity, right, to raise money for all these people that houses burnt down. So they had all these highfalutin leftist artists go out there and they do all these concerts. And they said they raised, it was some crazy amount of money.
Yeah.
It was in the hundreds of millions of dollars. And then so somebody started looking and they're like, well, where'd this money go?
Yep.
Because like they can't show not one house that got rebuilt.
80%,
well, what's
80
funny
or
is
90%
it
went to,
was like
admin
it was
stuff.
like 95% of the money. They tracked where the money was dispersed, and it was all dispersed to other NGOs and other philanthropy organizations that were all chaired by all of these Democratic people. And yeah, they took like okay, let's just say to make the math simple, $100,000 got paid out to this NGO, right? And on the board is all these Democrats. And whenever that money came into them, they have an quote unquote administrative fee that was $90,000.
Yeah.
That got split to all the board members. And then the $10,000, where did it go? Well, it went to a supposed subcontractor that was friends with this guy, and they didn't actually do anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so what good does it do to give money? It does absolutely
That
nothing.
sounds like Haiti and the Clinton Foundation.
That's
okay.
still operating and doing just fine today.
Oh, yeah. By the way, just so the listeners know, NGO is non-governmental organization.
Yeah.
Since he said NGO and just rolled with it.
Yeah. Well, I just kind of assume that people have heard it so much that people know what NGO means.
What were you just saying about people are stupid?
Yeah, well, people are dumb. Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I apologize.
Okay, so I already shit on HOAs, but did you see the HOA in one of those California fires or whatever it was? Obviously one of the HOAs house just burnt down, right? All there is a fucking slab.
Yeah.
And they came back and they're like, "Hey, we got to get the neighborhood going. You owe $45,000." And the guy's house hadn't even been built back yet. Obviously, they're struggling, trying to get things done. And the HOA is levied $45,000 on everybody there. Dude's house ain't even fucking built back up yet. And they're like, "Okay, why didn't you pay us? Now you owe interest. You got a month." They did it. They were like, "Here's the fee. You owe it in a month." The guy was like, "I don't even have a house, bitch." And the HOA is like, "You owe interest on it now." And they're fucking suing these motherfuckers. And I was like, "Are you fucking
And in the
kidding
meantime,
me?"
the state is not even issuing building permits. You can't go back and rebuild the house.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's, oh, man.
Well, yeah, because they turned all the Democrats over there. They turned that into a property grab.
Yeah. Oh, my God. You know what? There is no preparedness you could have done for that fire.
No. Well,
Sure there is.
There is. There is.
Have another house somewhere else?
No, the thing about California, like they don't allow controlled burns. They don't do brush clearing.
Oh,
All
no.
these things-
I'm not. No, I don't mean going down that route. I mean, I understand that stuff could be done. I'm talking about you as
an individual.
You
as an individual.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
not talking about the government. Yes, you're right. There's stuff the government could have done, but didn't or won't. And hence why I said before, when the government says we're here to fix things, get the fuck out. Just leave. Don't even want to see your shit. You have nothing to fucking fix. You're just gonna fuck
that's to me, that's the overarching reason why all these people now are starting to run to red states, because red states are like, hey.
Yeah, but they bring their fucked up blue stuff to the red states.
Yeah, I know. And that to me is idiocy. I don't
So what do you think is going to be the funny thing when we're just going to use these because these are the two most popular, I feel like. California and Texas. Enough Californians leave to go to Texas. Texas flips and goes blue. And then enough people in Texas that are red go to California and flip California.
Did you hear about the voting?
Oh yeah, there's two Democrats that are leading the gubernatorial election.
But no, they didn't go past the threshold. So the only thing on the ballot is, with the way it's looking right now, is going to be two Republicans.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yes.
for the governor.
So it's going to have a Republican governor.
Regardless.
The choice when they go to vote
is
going to be between two Republicans.
Oh,
it's
shit,
not going to
no,
be a Democrat on the ballot.
Because they have
They got a weird system that they have to make so many of the percentage of the
they have
votes.
jungle primaries.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, if we're going to
And there were too many Democrats,
Yeah.
so the Democrat vote got split.
So
real heavily.
much. So yeah.
So the two top dogs were.
And because they won't drop out for the betterment of another candidate. So now it's like there's going to be two Republicans. Well, that's the way it stands, like as of like yesterday.
Oh,
I mean,
funny.
Louisiana used to have jungle primaries, but they're going away now.
Did you see? I think it was Virginia. They changed that the state. They're trying to subvert like voting regulations and electoral college, but they said that regardless of what the vote is in the state, whoever wins the popular vote is where the electoral colleges go to. So if they all vote for the
popular vote, no, what is it?
Well,
What is it called?
then they'll just invoke faithless electors. They'll just invoke that.
No, but it's just funny to see the state. They're trying to circumvent.
Well,
The state's doing that. So if enough
again-
people vote for Republican, but the Democrat wins the popular vote,
National
your
Popular Interstate Compact.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, there's a number of states that have said this. It's like whatever we're gonna designate our electors to whoever wins the popular vote in the country. Now, never mind that's not what the Constitution says.
Yeah, they can try that, but that's something that'll totally get shot down.
Yeah, I have a feeling the Supreme Court's when they finally try and do it, because right now they don't have 270 electors. They don't have enough states to even be able to do it. But when they do, the Supreme Court's going to go, yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, yeah.
We hope so anyway.
Yeah.
Well, if it happens, then
Well, I mean, to be
prepared.
The county redshift that happened in this last election, I think if I was a Democrat, I would kind of be like saying, no, I don't think we need to do that, because literally every county shifted red.
I'm prepared. I have
election.
a Dillon 750.
But at the end of the day, I don't think it matters who's voted in, because the people that are voted in don't do anything anyway. So like this crap's going on right now. The SAVE Act's not going to go get passed, and it could. But like said, there was almost a unanimous vote for them to block a bill to release the slush fund for the sexual conduct.
Oh my God!
And I'm like, y'all can cross party lines and y'all can agree to that.
Yeah,
but you can't agree to protection and integrity of the elections.
Apparently, though.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
Somebody is pushing to link the SAVE Act to the spying legislation. I guess that's going through right now. I can't remember what the name of it is. The one that basically says that
it's tied to the FISA stuff.
Yes, and it's saying that
they're wanting to. Unfortunately, all of the stuff that happened during the Patriot Act, they were trying to rebrand all that, because that's, I believe, and I could be wrong, and I'm pretty sure a listener will be screaming at the whatever the device listener. Yeah, you're wrong. But all of that,
like that,
the
never
FISA court
happens.
stuff, the FISA court stuff, kind of at least in my interpretation, in my understanding anyway, was a kind of a product of the Patriot Act. So yeah, they're trying to go in there and they're trying to rebrand a lot of that how they can spy on you and all that kind of stuff. And apparently, and I don't know if this is true or not, because I really don't care, but supposedly Trump is on board with it, from what at least I've read. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And to me, to say that you would give up any part of your rights or your privacy for the betterment of protection is a big no-no. I mean, the minute you say that, it's like, no, you're totally disregarding the fundamental principle of having those freedoms to begin with. Mm-hmm. You don't give them up for a piece of security ever.
Okay, we're going down a rabbit hole. We'll have to save this for another day. I want to make one comment, though, and we can get some final words in. With the privacy thing, I think that privacy rights need to be 100% completely revisited.
Yes, they do. Absolutely, they do.
For the digital fucking age.
Yes.
I don't give a shit if it's a fucking signal from my phone to a satellite and you can, quote unquote, grab it out of the air. It should still be protected. I intended it, my text message, to go to you. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Period. There should not be like, well, it was out in the open, so whatever. No, wait a minute. It's a federal law to go stick your hand in my mailbox, right?
Right.
That's a crime to fuck with my mail.
Yes.
Why is it not the same thing
on my phone
when I message
because
you?
the laws have not caught up.
That's why I said they need to be revisited. That's some fucking bullshit. And
in the meantime, you should use point-to-point encryption.
And the face. Well, I mean, it's like, hey, the cops are like, if something happens to you and you're unconscious, they can take your phone and do your face thing and open your phone. They've got access to it now. And courts have said
that's why mine is a 6-digit code.
That's okay, but the courts have said that's legal. And I'm like, if I didn't give you permission to do it, you should go to jail. Period. So I don't give a fuck if you're a first responder or you're doing it for good purpose. The law should be clear. If it's not yours, don't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Because you want to come back for a political podcast?
Yeah. The thing you're talking about is implied consent. If you're not conscious,
that's no consent.
It gives the Leos there or the first responders implied consent.
No, I don't think that there should be no implication.
Well, and that's why my phone is locked with a 6-digit code.
Well, that all goes into just
Bless you.
It goes into an argument of is the information ascertained? Does it outweigh your perceived right of privacy? Is one going to outweigh the other? And see, the problem is that's a lawyer argument, because now you're talking about, was there any ambiguity? in this.
Oh yeah, so that's what I said. You squash the lawyer argument when you make it law.
But the problem is, whenever you try to say that there is this minuscule exception, the minute that minuscule exception is there, then of course there's going to be people that are going to try to exploit it.
Oh yeah.
So that's always the problem with.
Oh no, they'll always try and exploit it.
Yeah.
No, I agree, but
yeah.
Now you can come back for a political.
Yeah, but I definitely understand. Yeah, I don't believe that nobody, like my dad used to believe that. My dad would say, well, I don't care, if somebody came in here and wanted to search this because I got nothing to hide. And I'm like, but that's not the point.
Yeah, it's not.
That's not the point. The point is that they don't have the right to do that, period. Even if I'm not a criminal, I'm not a criminal, but at the end of the day, I don't want people violating my privacy.
Yeah.
To find out that I'm not a criminal.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a criminal.
You want me to just nobody?
I shouldn't say that.
I mean, I don't want anybody coming around rummaging around my wife's panty drawer.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't mean that there's panties all over in Walmart. You can see them all you want to, but that don't mean I want your ass in my wife's panty drawer.
Don't nobody want to see Tammy's funky panties.
The grandma draws.
The grandma panties.
It must be laundry day.
You're wearing your grandma draws. All right, babe, you've been quiet for a long time. So you got any final word you want to go on the?
No, just to
She
get
was
back
doom
to the
scrolling.
Yeah, she's in here playing on her phone holes.
I know.
I was looking at Pinterest.
Ah, God.
Sorry, I found some funny memes. Anyway, back to.
Go ahead.
Just shut me off. All right.
See, that's awesome, man. You get your wife on here, just take that game volume, whoop, all the way to zero.
If I only had that in real life, I could just.
Are you done?
Yeah, go ahead. What you got?
That's I do that all the time.
So your final word. What are you doing?
This is where you guys need to do a video too. You need to set a camera right here, like just filming all this.
Just to go back to the whole prepping thing for hurricane season, the whole reason why we did the podcast to begin with.
We did get a bit off topic.
That's fine.
Start prepping now. Just get some stuff that you would normally eat that can last for at least a week.
And don't forget about your pets if you have pets.
Yeah. Absolutely. Don't. Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
Don't forget about your pets. Make sure they have.
Well, that's going to be tough.
I was kind of hoping that you were going to go there on your own. But I was like, I think I was about to help Tammy out here because
I actually thought
she's
about it.
Got these dogs all up under my feet.
What are y'all going to do about
like,
your two bougie dogs?
Oh yeah, like
we've got a generator that can that we hook up our refrigerators to. Okay. So we're fine. And then if I need to, I can cook food.
If shit hit the fan, I don't fucking know. I think that
fucking Brad's so gangster with it. He's like, fuck, I won't eat the dogs.
You know what? When Bentley was young,
he thought about it.
There might have been a chance. Yeah, I don't even gonna lie.
Dog's a fine meal.
He's like, why you think I keep these dogs so well fed?
That was that line from The Patriot. Who said it was Mel Gibson? We were talking about, I say we burn the papers and eat the dogs, and the priest was like, eat the dogs, and two of them both chimed in. Dog's a fine meal.
Great. Now
you ever watch that Bad Friends podcast? With them two comedians that I can't remember the guy's name, but the one dude, the redhead guy, and he's got the Bobby Lee's on there, is the Asian dude, the Asian comedian, and he's and the other guy, I can't remember his name, but he's really funny. He looks over at Bobby Lee and he says, "What does dog taste like?" And he goes, "Well, allegedly," he goes like, "Don't give me allegedly, just tell me, what does it taste like?"
Barack Obama knows.
He goes, "Well, I don't know." He goes, just tell me, what does dog taste like? And finally, Bobby Lee just sat there and he goes, "It tastes really fucking good."
Oh my God.
But it was funny because, well, allegedly, he's like, "Don't give me allegedly." He goes, "What does dog taste like?"
Just tell me the truth.
That's fucking sad.
Yeah. That's a funny show, man. Like that's a funny show.
Well, I'll have to look it up after all. What you got for your last words? Be rad.
I don't know. Go to YouTube and watch my channel.
Yeah, I was going to say you want to make a pitch for it. You want to talk about what you're about to make a video on? Or can you?
No. Yeah, I can. I mean, I'm testing a solar. Because a solar power generator.
Yeah, so we're talking about preparedness.
It's just a battery pack with and actually for preparedness. Oh, actually, this is one thing I was going to say about that because when you told me it was preparedness, it was expectation. And that's always my problem with a lot of products is expectation. Like, for example, this solar power generator that I'm testing currently to do a video on, it's as big as like a suitcase, and it's got two 20-watt solar panels on it. And the first thing I did when the company reached out to me was I went to YouTube and I watched other reviewers review it. And they're doing the most asinine stuff. They're like, oh, man, I plugged in my house refrigerator, my coffee pot, my router so I can have internet, my Xbox, and it'll power all this stuff for an hour and a half.
Cool.
And I'm like, what in the hell kind of emergency are you planning for? And to me,
it's only gonna last an hour.
Yeah. And I'm like, but to me, it's expectation. Like with knives, right? Like with knives. If you have a $40 knife, meter your expectation, because the steel's not going to be as good as like a custom-made $500 knife. Yeah. And if you meter expectation, then what you get out of that product is going to be reasonable. Well, this solar power generator thing I got, the first thing I sat and I said, okay, where could this thing be useful to me? I have a chest freezer. Well, it's like an ice chest, but 2/3 of it is like a refrigerator and 1/3 of it is like a little freezer. Yep. It's 12 volt. And I said, well, this is something that I would use in an emergency, right? Yeah. So when I plugged it up to the thing, of course, it's got a little screen. It tells you what incoming, outgoing power is. The thing only uses like 40 to 55 watts of power. And I'm sitting here thinking, oh, snap. So I wonder, which is why I need to get home because I need to test the solar on it, is if I took the solar panels out, would it draw around 30 watts of solar?
You mean generate?
Yeah, generate or capture. Whatever.
It's got two 20-watt panels.
Yeah, but it won't do 40 watts. It'll do about 30. If
that's on a crystal clear day.
Yeah. But we're down here, where you get plenty of sun and everything.
It does say 40-watt high efficiency solar charging.
Yeah, but I've read that it only do 30 to 35.
And that is the
that's the unit. Yeah.
So Browie?
Browie, yeah.
Browie.
But you could also add more solar panels, I bet.
You can. And this is another thing, that I was going to tell my audience whenever I do this is because I am not a lithium battery expert, nor am I a solar expert. I dabble with the stuff. But something that I didn't know is like this unit here does have a good MPPT controller for the solar, but you can only put so much incoming solar. Yes. Because it'll overload. Yeah. And I didn't know
the battery management system controls how much you can put into the battery.
Correct. So that's something I'm trying to figure out is like, okay, well, can I put, another 100-watt panel on it or whatever, So, yeah.
You're better off having, I say that. You're better off having a lot more capacity. Oh, because then if you have another way that you could, because I'm sure if you have a generator, you could just, and you're running your generator for something else, you could
just hook it to it,
plug that in and charge it at the same time.
Yeah. But the kicker for me was, could I open it up with the two integrated panels and then put like a cheap Mernology or whatever 100-watt panel, feed that into it, and then it'd be enough to keep up, because then that thing has real value, because not only will it charge your phone, you can run your laptop off of it, but with it having its own built-in solar capabilities, that just to me expands the usability of the unit. So to me, it was something very interesting, but it's metering expectation. Like I have no desire to take that unit and think, oh man, can I run my microwave off of it, or a skill saw, or whatever. I'm like, bro, what in the hell kind of testing are y'all doing, man? It needs to be tested for what it is.
For what it's intended for.
I see where the guy was coming from.
I put my electric dryer on it. It didn't last at all. No shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Right.
I mean, I see where the guy was coming from.
It didn't dry my load of clothes.
But the problem is that is not beneficial to the viewer.
It might be beneficial to somebody. They'll be like,
or it might be just more relatable.
The person that's
else.
beneficial to is lost in the sauce already, and it don't matter.
I know, but I'm just saying I can see where the guy was coming from.
But anyway, I did test it with that, and I did test it. Of course, And the one good thing about it though, it does have a 100-watt output USB-C.
Yeah.
That if you are extremely bougie. like somebody here, you can actually, because that is a 100-watt USB-C output, you can run a Starlink Mini on it. Yeah. So you could be bougie and still watch TV.
Why am I the bougie one over here?
Because you are.
Yeah, I took a guess.
All right. So for the listeners, if you've made it this far, it's Browie, Browey. It's on Amazon. And check out Brad's channel, Brad's Journey, on YouTube to see his review.
I will have a video up on it Tuesday.
They don't look like
I don't know what the date is though.
I don't either.
Well, today's Saturday. It's the 18th, 19th, 21st.
21st, yeah. But yeah, other than that, just preparedness is always a good thing. If you do get into preparedness, please, for my own peace of mind, if you are listening to the show all the way to the end, thank you first for listening all the way to the end. You're either on the toilet or you're hiding at work or whatever. But don't let it consume you. And I speak from experience. I went down a really bad rabbit hole. Wow, that tail was going super fast.
Wow.
I went down.
He's like,
I went down a really crazy rabbit hole during one particular administration where it was the preparedness got to be detrimental to my health.
Oh, get out!
Yeah.
You really got wrapped up.
Yeah, I got. It's that person. What was that movie? What was that movie? It was A Beautiful Mind. That what's the dude's name?
Crowe.
Russell Crowe played in, where he was the mathematician.
yeah.
And it was crazy.
Yeah, and then he went in his office and he had like all these dots and these strings connecting all these supposed things. I got into where I was doing that.
Oh God!
I was like saying like, oh, things are coming from here, and trust me. And the problem with that is when you go to the internet, there's no end of people that will feed you that delusion and that paranoia. And you can lose yourself in it, but no, just be practical. Just look at where you live and assess what threats actively are in your area that would directly affect you, and try to have the best situational awareness for wherever you live, and then plan for yourself accordingly and practically. Don't forget your pets, loved ones, whatever, and also, prep things that you guys use.
Don't forget.
Don't prep just weird crap because this is survival food. Yeah, don't do that. Just don't do that.
This credit card fishing rod would be great just to go to the river and put on.
Dude, I got so much of that shit, man.
No, that's why.
Dude, did you watch that last video I did? Did you watch that last video I did?
I saw it.
About the necklace?
Yeah, I was.
Okay, look.
Did you figure out? Did you?
I ain't figured out.
You didn't figure out the end because you kept fucking with it. I was like, what are you doing?
I want to take that shit and just throw it in the trash. But I got this thing that was a survival necklace. And it said it had, dude, I don't know what the hell. I didn't even know what I was looking at. And I'm like, yeah, I would actually harm myself more. I would make my situation 10 times worse trying to use that thing.
Was it like a medallion? And if you pressed it,
no, it's just a necklace, and it had all these little bits like in it.
It was a piece about like this big around, and then it had a couple ends, and
you have to show her the video.
I'll show her.
Yeah, I'll have to.
I'll
watch
show you
it,
the video.
Yeah, put it on the TV and just like fast forward to that part where I'm showing that stupid necklace, man. So stupid, man. Yeah, beware of all that, because you got to understand, preparedness is a industry. So it is highly commercialized, and so you just be very careful of that. Like, don't go to Walmart or something and just buy like I got this little disaster bag, because it says it can keep me alive for 72 hours. Don't believe it.
The only type of disaster bag I would say get would be like a first aid kit.
Yes, definitely
Well, that's not a disaster bag. That's a first aid kit.
Well, like what I'm saying is like they have like where it's nothing but medical supplies.
Yeah.
And not just a plain first aid kit. It's got a bunch of other stuff.
Do you not have a first aid kit here right now? Okay, then.
But I mean, like, it has other stuff besides what you would have in a standard first aid.
Oh, kit. And that's actually another good point too. In your in your if you're trying to do preparedness, any medications that family members or whatever need, be mindful of that as well, because a lot of people kind of. Don't think about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I think a lot of medical professionals now, if they know that a storm is coming, you can go ahead and extra get prescription
right
ahead of time so that you've got enough medication.
Right. And that's very important too.
I'm gonna say whatever you get, also practice.
Yes.
Play with whatever you get.
Yeah.
If you have a generator,
play with it. Yeah.
If you have a generator, test run your generator before the storm's bearing down on you.
Yeah.
Know what you're going to plug it into. If you have a whole house system, know how it goes into the house.
And don't plug it up in your house.
Yes, not inside. Don't run a generator inside.
God, yeah.
I know it's raining. Get wet.
Yep. Play with it.
Yep.
Just play with it.
Actually, I want to get. There's a company that makes a device that goes in between the meter and your house panel, and when you plug your generator into it, it automatically disconnects your power if it's connected from the main line, so that you could plug a generator into it. And
well, it's a transfer switch panel, and it's always hardwired.
Yes,
and whenever it senses a loss of municipal power, it automatically bridges the gap and starts your generator. And then when it restores municipal power, when it senses municipal power come back on the line, it actually will shut your generator off and it'll kick you back on the municipal power.
But the cool thing about this one is that it goes in between your actual
Goddamn, I was wrong saying the bougie one. This is the bougie one over here. That's some expensive shit he's talking about.
You don't want to know.
It's not that expensive.
We'll talk offline of how bougie he is.
Oh, blow me.
Okay, so this is the bougie one over. I got you.
I am not the bougie one.
I got you.
Offline. What you got for your final words?
Thanks for being here, guys. Hope we got at least a little bit of information out to you on what you should be doing. Don't take hurricanes lightly. I know we joked about this a lot, but make preparations for it. Make preparations now so that you're not scrambling when the storm's bearing down on you. Be the person that's sitting in their house going, we got it all taken care of. Let's not freak out.
And laughing at the people who are
there
last minute trying to get everything that they need.
All right, guys. Thank y'all for listening. I'm going to chime off what all they said. Yeah, sorry to show a little bit of my age, but the whole Mr. Miyagi thing, best way to avoid a punch is don't be there. Best way to avoid a hurricane is don't be there. Your life is definitely way more important than anything you could prep for. But if you can be prepped and prepared for anything, go that route, but don't go down the crazy route like Brad's journey does, or at least did. He's recovered. Thanks for being here this long, guys. Hope you'd enjoy this one. If you got any feedback or comments, don't forget, drop them down there. I can say the subscribe, all that good stuff, but I appreciate you being here for what little I got. So we'll see you next time in a couple of weeks. Peace.